Well, as far as my career choice, I've been a chef for about 35 years. I did ice carving as a chef, along with all different types of food, gourmet and cheese carving, chocolate carving, vegetable carving, different things like that when I was a chef. From that point, it just kind of grew and grew and grew, and we pretty much developed the market in Oklahoma for ice carving. And since that point, ice carving has really flourished and become an industry as much as just, a lot of people might think it's a hobby kind of a thing, but it's really not. It's a full-fledged, we're big business. I'm learning something every day. I mean, anybody who says that they know it all, they're just a fool. Because if you're not learning something every day of your life and how to do something a little bit better or a little bit different or a little bit more creative, then your mind is closed and you're just not learning anymore. As an artist, there is a big part of it is artistic. In the very past, I used to think, oh, I can teach anybody how to carve ice. I was teaching a lot of students at different Votex, different places around the city. And I've come to realize that, yes, I can teach anybody how to carve ice, but only a few of them can actually sculpt it. We're doing an ice carving demonstration for the Stucco people here at Yukon High School. They're having a big Stucco convention, and I'm going to do an ice carving for them, and we're going to then take the ice carving and use it Sunday for their convention when they end.
What are you making for them?
Big cruise ship. We're going to do the Titanic. My name is Ken Burkemper, and if you have trouble pronouncing my name, just remember I do ice sculptures, and you can say Burkemper. How much does it weigh? This piece of ice is approximately 300 pounds. It's about 60 gallons of water. Just a little bit, probably a little bit less than 60 gallons of water, and it weighs almost 300 pounds. A lot of them had never seen a piece of ice that big. They start to learn about some different things. I try to throw a lot of education in with a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna have fun. It's a chainsaw. I really enjoy doing a live demonstration like that. I really enjoy doing a ice festival. I do a lot of ice festivals around where I have a crowd around and we're having fun with the ice carving, and you get to interact with the people. For example, some of the things, I start to show them tools, and I'll start to explain a couple tools. It's like, yeah, okay, tools, yeah, okay, we're starting to get bored. It's like, oh, look at this one, and I shoot snow across the crowd, and it's like, whoa! They all wake up. So, that's lots of fun. And in a demonstration situation like that, we can have a lot of fun along with a learning experience. I teach them a little bit about geometry and a little bit about engineering and proportion and symmetry, all with a lot of fun and the techniques of how to carve ice. At this point, if I look back in my life and I say, okay, here I am, I'm 17, what am I going to do with my life? It's like I have no concept at all that I'm going to be an ice sculptor. I mean, that is the furthest thing from my mind when I was younger. All right, so we're getting there. Different levels, different shapes. We're going to make a bow. I grew up wanting to do auto mechanics, wanting to do auto body, wanting to do engineering, wanting to do that type of construction. I'm good with my hands like that. And that's the direction I assumed I probably would go. I mean, when you're young, you can have a direction, but you have to leave the doors open. You can't just shut the door and say, I'm going to only do this and just focus that way. Today we're going to do two angels. Both angels are kind of like they're soaring off a little bit, but their hands are going to be up and out, and they're going to be connected at the hand, and then I'm going to put a bowl in their hands, and then the florist will then put flowers in this bowl. Well, we call it a vanishing art, actually. We've come to that conclusion a long time ago. Really, as a chef, nothing that I've done in my life has lasted more than one night. And the purpose for what I'm doing is for the enjoyment of my customer. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to service my customer. I'm here to provide that product in the early days as a chef, that food product for them to enjoy. And at the end of the night, it was gone. And in this case, it happens to be ice. That food product is just, I've specialized. I've gone from being, I guess, a general practitioner to being a brain surgeon, you know, that one individual thing. Had to be a little rougher than I thought. All right. But it really doesn't bother me. I mean, in some ways, you wish that your art would last forever, but if it did, then they wouldn't have to keep buying it. So it's kind of a built-in income there, I guess. From this point, I'll cut a little groove in them to give it some definition, but I'll leave most of those wings all attached. It gives it some strength, it gives it some stability, it's going to give it some longevity, where if I might be doing this as a competition piece, I'd cut all the way through there and I'd give the wings a little bit more width and a little bit more detail that way. It is melting. It was taken out of about a 15-degree freezer. At 15 degrees, it is 15 degrees, so it has to come up to temperature to start melting. So it's changing as we go, and it's going to change some more in some drastic ways. Well, I think it turned out wonderful. It went together well. It all set on the table well. It's a beautiful piece. I think they're going to really enjoy it. Okay, here we go. Time to set up the big angels. I get all kinds of responses from people when I walk in a door, especially when I walk in a door. They see the ice sculpture and it's like ooh and ah and everything. You set it on the table. A lot of times, I'm so used to it myself. I'll be setting an ice sculpture up and things will look like they're falling or teetering or tottering, and people are going, ooh, they're gonna fall. And it's like, no, I'm just got a hold of it. So, you know, some people are scared of it, but I'm used to it. You got a tall, flat cart, or what do you got? Just, yeah, keep that to that side, yeah, because as I get in, I don't want to hit it. Okay? Okay, bring her together. Well, lighting is very important because the ice itself is a catch-all for light. You set it in a room and there's a lot of light around, it's going to pick up all that light. It's going to prism out, it's going to show colors, it's going to show all that. You get a sense of depth because of that. You look at me and I have a red shirt on and I have a flesh-colored neck, and you can see that depth and that perception because of it. Well, in ice, you don't see any of that. You should go right through it. It's a piece of glass.
Freeze those two together there.
At least we hope it is. We want it to be nice and clear and pretty and pristine. And so to get that kind of depth, it's very important to then try to layer your ice sculpture so that those pieces stick out. And then if you can light it properly, the light will pick up on those. It's kind of like a fiber optic thing, where fiber optics, you don't see the light going through the fiber optic, only at the end of the cable. So lights like that. So it's kind of interesting to light up an ice sculpture. Well, we're growing. We're going to continue to grow. There's going to be some point where I physically can't do it anymore. It is a physical business. I'm going to have to relinquish my empire to someone with a little bit more physical, with a little younger, that can physically handle it. Teaching would really be nice. At some point, Like I said, I really enjoy teaching and sharing my knowledge and experience, and so that would be, a good goal.